What up, though? Ledge here. Chill with me. Want to talk about super fight that happened on Caffeine, URLTV. You gotta applaud them. This is a really good card. I feel like make sure your applause be as loud as your critiques when it comes to URL or any battle rap platform. Man, I feel like people go out of their way to shit or and poo poo a card, but they don't have that same energy when the card is actually really good. This is a really good card. You're talking 4 battles, all above average standard. So credit to them, much credit to them. It kicked off with Kid Chaos versus Danny Myers. If you see my prediction show on Caffeine, first of all, get Caffeine. It's where all the events are happening at. I would get that if you're a URL fan. Um, it was I had Kid Chaos going into this battle. I just thought because he was showing so many levels, battle per battle, versus some really credible, formidable opponents. I thought this was going to be the next evolution in what he was doing. I feel like, and y'all know me, I'm not really one to shit on people with build ups and setups that might be drawn out to get to a bigger point. So when people were saying that, it wasn't that because his approach was really was eye catching to me. His approach was. It was to me more about the execution. To me, it was more about the execution. There were sections where it was Vince's chaos, but then there was also sections where it was a little choppy. But and you would think like if it's a little choppy, and not what's the big deal? But for him, when he's a little choppy, it throws just his round off. And I felt like each round he started off tremendous, but somewhere in the middle he just lost his steam. Like I don't know, except for I think the second round was the close round where he comes off and he kind of imitates what Danny does when he reacts to his own material. And I don't want to spoil it. It'll be out in the app soon, I'm sure. But he like had a little prop that had everybody laugh. I laughed for real, like out loud. So he was good. It's just that Danny, his intensity, his energy, these creative bars. Yes, he had a few kid flips here and there, but I feel like he focused more on the chaos name than the kid shit. But he had those, and he just had a little more in the tank when it came to being consistently good throughout the whole round. That really what it came down to. I think you guys will be very slanderous, and I don't even think that's a word. You guys would be very disrespectful if y'all say Chaos got smoked or something like that. I just felt like DNA. I just felt like Danny won every round just with a little more like intent. And now like the approach was act one, act two, the final curtain and all that for Kid Chaos. Then he took that big time water break in a round two that kind of threw things off for me. Like I don't know when everybody started doing that though. It was like, pardon me, I gotta go get some. Like that just didn't happen back in my day. I know I come across older shit saying that, but that's my product of what I was grew up around. So. But good battle though, mad replay value, the facial recognition shit. Um, like Kid Chaos be saying some wicked shit. When y'all see the battle, y'all will love it though. Y'all will love it. But shout out to Danny. I think he's on that early champion of the year run like he is every year. Watch it. Top of the year every year he is on fire. Can he sustain this throughout the year? We'll find out. The next matchup was Rum Nitty versus Holmesy. One of the better Holmesies I've seen probably since maybe his battle versus Danny in the tournament. I would probably say that. That was his one. To me, that was his best tournament showing. But since then, I feel like he's been good. But he was really good in this battle. And Rum, and I said this before, Rum can still win being 75, 80% Rum. He doesn't have to be 100 all the time. And normally in these matchups against like a Drugs or against a Holmesy or against who else he gives shots to, like in these type of scenarios and battles, and this is no shot at the names I just mentioned, he is aiming for somebody that can take him to the next level. These guys won't necessarily do that, so therefore you will have Rum kind of right to the level of his competition, and that's what happens in this battle. But I still feel like he edged it out. It's really close though. It's a really close battle. I feel like if you had to debate around maybe the first, I feel like Rum clearly got the second. Rum, I feel like first and second Rum got. Third, you want to debate, you want to get at to Holmes. I'm not mad. I did like the angle. I did. But I think that angle is going to be used a lot too. Like you've seen so many people talk about the all you do is punch angle. But it really doesn't work with Rum because he's doing it at a level nobody's doing it at. So if all he's doing is punching, we're here for it. Like, yeah, I hope that's all he does. But contrary to belief, if you watch this battle, you'll see that Rum was showing like different dimensions. Sometimes he was just very direct without a punch, and that shit came off well. He could do that. I think it was by choice. When you're the best puncher of all time, why would you do anything else? So I got him winning that battle 2-1, but I thought Holmesy showed me a lot in that battle, and he's very strategic. Like I don't think people be paying attention to just how he sets up his shit, how he counter writes, or how he might change have a round placed somewhere else because he know that this person is waiting on it. So salute to Holmesy, man, for being a real student of the game and doing his research and homework. It's another battle with really good replay value. We get into Suge versus B Dot, and this was the battle I was like, if anybody would catch a 3-0, it might be B Dot. That didn't happen though. I felt like Suge was a better version of himself. Probably he hasn't been this nice in a minute. All right, maybe I don't want to say since Pat Stay. I'm sure he had one after that, but right off top, probably since Pat Stay, he was really good. Completed all 3 rounds. Although he scares me, I'm telling y'all, when y'all watch all his old battles before he chokes, he does this thing where he paces back and forth, stares at the ground, rarely stares at his opponent during that sequence because he's trying to regain recall of what his round was like. You know what I'm saying? What's your round like? Not what's your life like. But anyway, he scared me a little bit, but he was flawless all 3 rounds as far as finishing up. He ended short, though, maybe due to not wanting to sit there and try to remember material and lose the round. So he was ending short, much shorter than B-Dot, who I felt was rapping for like 4 to 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even longer, maybe 6 minutes. But B-Dot's material, when I tell you, when he got a lock on an angle, a lock on you, you're pretty much done. Now, he didn't kill. Like, these weren't his best angles he ever did, like, he's ever done. But they were very catered. And the thing about B-Dot is he can still punch while he's telling stories or breaking you down. It's not like he's just having some drawn out lines about you and there's no finishing touch to it. He's still carving you up. So, it's just different, man. I feel like B-Dot got the third, and I think I gave him the first. I think I gave him first and third. I think so. But I'm not mad at anybody who got Suge winning, I guess. But I just felt like substance is so much of a separation in that it's really nothing you can do with B-Dot when he's on. And then the main event, that was Battle of the Night, which is rare. Like I say this a lot. Rarely does the main event actually live up to the billing and they attacked each other. I love it so much. It was so direct. But like when I say direct, I don't want to mean like, because sometimes people, when people hear that this person is more direct, they think it lacks lyricism or rapping skills. Sick and Mike P showed that you can have heavy substance but still be entertaining. You can still have substance but still have gun bars. You can have substance and still like cater to the people and still punch and still do all these other things. Man, it was a goodie, dog. It was a goodie. Mike P and Sick first rounds were table setters in the sense that you could really swing either way with that first. I've seen a lot of people get at first to Mike, but I've also seen a fair amount give it to Sick. I feel like that's the closest round. I feel like with rounds 2 and 3, while the opposition of that round still had a good round, I feel like there was like a bit of separation. So what I mean is Mike P had a dope second round, but I still feel like Sick took it kind of clear because his angle and approach about like karma after you was talking about Danny's situation, how parallel, like the whole hand in hand, like y'all just gotta see it, like the hand in hand shit. It was just a really dope angle. Then the third round, the roles reversed where Sick had a dope third too. He had some humor in there. He started rapping his ass off. He had a few punches in there. Really good third. Mike P's third was really fucking good. One of the better rounds of the event, in my opinion. He was getting that Sick and just getting that their whole, like the whole just battle rap as a whole. Even coming at people on caffeine, like the people who be on the channels and leaving comments. I just thought it was well written, man. So he got the third clearly. I feel like clearly the second went to Sick, and the first is the one that kind of can swing either way for me, and I gave it to Sick by a hair. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad if you got Mike P, but those are my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That is my recap. So yeah, man, really, really dope event. I can't wait till it drops on the app to relive these battles. And yeah, that's it, man. I hope you guys enjoy this. I will